the 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. If you are looking for the all-American SUV hot ride coming from Jeep, this is it. And let me tell you, I think this is one of the best high-performance SUV bargains on the market. I'm Jay, and welcome to this latest episode of Car Buzz Unboxing Reviews. And yeah, I have driven the Jeep Grand Cherokee with the V6 diesel. I reviewed the standard Jeep Grand Cherokee with a V6 as well as a V8, but nothing quite like this one, and I absolutely adore it. Now, I also want to thank DGDG.com for letting us come on down and film today. So, the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. Now, this originally debuted, and it was called the Grand Cherokee SRT 8, and it had 420 horsepower, but that clearly wasn't good enough anymore. And this is the slightly renamed second-generation version of that particular Grand Cherokee, and it came out in 2012. It became SRT instead of SRT 8 in 2014 when it was given a mild facelift. That's when it gained also a bit more power too, and some minor interior and exterior styling changes. But this is the car right here that makes us question why you should spend so much more money on its BMW and Porsche competition. I mean, this is an off-roader, it's luxury, it's just wicked fast on the acceleration line. I mean, let's just listen to this engine here. Alright, that was the sound of the 6.4 liter naturally aspirated, I may add, Hemi V8 with 475 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 470 pound-feet of torque at 4,300 RPM. Power goes to all four wheels through an 8-speed automatic with shifting modes. And this is a full-time four-wheel drive system. It's actually called the Quadra-Track Active On-Demand four-wheel drive. So yeah, fuel economy, it's gonna hurt because, well, two things. It is a 6.4 liter Hemi V8 and four-wheel drive. So, but who cares? Because this thing is just awesome. Look at this exterior here. It's got this, what they call ivory tri-coat paint. It costs an extra $595. Some standard features on the Grand Cherokee SRT include 20-inch forged 5-spoke poised wheels wearing all-season tires. This one actually has a 20-inch lightweight forged wheels. It costs an extra $1,295. Also standard is a power liftgate by Xenon HID headlamps, premium LED fog lights, LED tail lamps, and rain-sensitive windshield wipers. And, you know, at first, when they gave this current generation Grand Cherokee its latest mild facelift, I really didn't like it. I didn't, especially the front end. Well, really, only the front end. I thought it was just, it didn't look quite as manly. But I got to tell you, it has grown on me. And just looking at this thing from the rear three-quarters view, it just looks badass. It looks fast, even at a standstill. And I like the fact that Jeep has done such a nice job of making the SRT version stand out compared to the regular Grand Cherokees. Because I'm pretty sure the people who are going to buy this want to be noticed. I mean, just look at that mean dual exhaust. I mean, you heard it before. It sounds awesome. Now, this one is also equipped with what they call the Customer Preferred Package 27L for an extra $995. That gets you a trailer tow group Class 4, also in a 20-inch aluminum spare wheel, compact spare tire, 7 and 4-pin wiring harness, and a Class 4 receiver hitch. And take a look at those. High-performance Brembo brakes, another $1,295. But I think they're well worth it. I love that ivory white exterior with that, or rather those red Brembo brake calipers there. I think it looks great. Under the hood, yes. Of course, it is a Hemi, and in my opinion, the way a Hemi sounds, and for those of you who love Hemis or they own a Chrysler or a Fiat Chrysler product with a Hemi, you know that distinctive sound they make. And these engines are bulletproof, they're proven, and I don't know how much longer they're going to be around. Again, it's naturally aspirated. You're seeing automakers, regardless of where they're located in the world, switching to twin turbos, even hybrids. It's coming, sad to say. All right, so let's step inside. Now, this is what they call the Laguna leather seats. A lot of standard features come in the SRT. I also like the little SRT logos in the front seat backs there. Again, this is a luxury vehicle at its heart. Now, this one has a lot of extra features, such as the signature leather-wrapped interior package, $1,295 for that. That includes those Laguna leather seats, leather-wrapped lower panels, SRT high-performance audio system. That's actually an extra $1,995. That gives you 19 Harman Kardon speakers with a subwoofer, 825-watt amplifier, and get this, red seat belts. Actually, those red seat belts, I take that back. Those cost $95 extra. Now, the Grand Cherokee, you can only get it as a two-row SUV. That's it. There is no third row offered. There's just simply not a space. But we do know for a fact that Jeep is currently developing an even bigger model, going to probably be called the Grand Wagoneer. And that's not going to come out for another, I'd say, 2, maybe 3 years. So for the time being, the Grand Cherokee is, well, the grandest Jeep you can buy. And I have to say, ever since Chrysler became Fiat Chrysler, the overall interior quality of all of its cars, whether it's a Chrysler 200, which has actually just been discontinued, a Jeep Grand Cherokee, doesn't matter. Those quality materials are, well, now quality. Those cheap plastics are gone. Soft touch materials are in its place. And I also love that unique SRT steering wheel right here. It just looks better than just having the Jeep logo. You want to know you're in an SRT branded model. SRT, of course, is sort of Chrysler or Fiat Chrysler's high-performance wing. They try to have it as its own separate brand. If you recall, when the about to be discontinued, in fact, Dodge Viper was relaunched several years ago. It was the SRT Viper, but well, that business plan didn't really work out, so they just reintegrated SRT back into an across-the-board in-house performance brand. Now, here is the 8.4-inch Uconnect infotainment system. And as I've said many times before, Uconnect, Fiat Chrysler's infotainment system, it's in pretty much all of its brands with the exception of Alfa Romeo. That brand has its own unique infotainment system. But Uconnect is outstanding. I actually think it is better than BMW's iDrive. This is just a very, very easy, logical and intuitive system to use. Never experienced any sort of rebooting. It's clear. Anybody can figure it out. And I really think that this is the benchmark gold standard for other automakers to attain. Now, some other standard interior features that Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT buyers will have. Like I said, you're going to get those leather seats, this 8.4-inch Uconnect screen, black floor mats with the SRT logo, silver anodized interior accents, 8-way power driver and front passenger seats with memory, power tilt and telescope steering column, and those steering wheel mounted paddle shifters that you see there, as well as a heated steering wheel and heated and ventilated front seats. And there's also heated second row seats too. Also standard is our 9 speakers with a subwoofer and a 506-watt amplifier. But like I said, this one has the upgraded audio package. So you have the 825-watt amplifier and 19 speakers with a subwoofer as well. But you also get all the regular creature comforts of a Grand Cherokee, like these cup holders. Plenty of storage, and I love that carbon fiber trim. The moment you step inside, you can see that Jeep made the Grand Cherokee SRT much more special than the regular Grand Cherokee. And there you go. Just plug your smartphone in with the USB cord. Very easy. So this is cool. The different drive modes that you have here. There's multiple driving modes that vary from front, rear, torque distribution, from 50-50 in snow and tow modes to 40-60 in auto, 35-65 in sport, and 30-70 in track. Essentially, this thing can do it all: rock climb, drag race, daily driver, etc. All right, so let's talk a little bit of performance here. This is fun. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds, 0 to 100 in 11.4 seconds, standing quarter mile, 13 seconds flat at 106 miles per hour. This thing has a top speed of 160 miles per hour, and yet it can still tow up to 7,200 pounds. Now, I just want to compare what this thing can do in relation to its German, mainly BMW and Porsche competitors. For an example, the BMW X5M that has 567 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo S, 570 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. And when I get to pricing, you're going to see just how much more expensive those vehicles are than this. So really, this is a bargain. And yeah, you even get this. Also extra dual panoramic sunroof. I like that. I just like dual panoramic sunroofs. I really think they just brighten up the interior, especially with this vehicle, how it with all black leather seats. Now, fuel economy in this. Like I mentioned earlier, it's not good. 13 miles per gallon in the city, 19 on the highway, and a combined 15. Vehicle weighs just under 5,300 pounds. This is a 2.5 ton SUV, naturally aspirated V8, 4-wheel drive. Yeah, you're not going to get good fuel economy in this thing, and that's just fine. All right, so let's talk some safety here. A lot of really good base standard stuff: advanced multi-stage front airbag, side curtain front and rear airbags, front seat mounted airbags, driver's knee airbag, parallel and perpendicular park assist, lane departure warning, active damping suspension, electronic rear limited slip differential, full speed forward collision warning plus, advanced brake assist, adaptive cruise control with stop feature, blind spot and cross path detection, and there's also, of course, a rear view backup camera, and because you're going to need it with all that torque, electronic stability control. And yet, what I really liked about this Grand Cherokee is you can drive it every single day with no problem. It behaves like a luxury car on the highway, for an example, or just through regular everyday traffic. And let me tell you, it is really, really quiet inside, and that's thanks to being equipped with active noise cancellation. That really helps because that 6.4 liter Hemi, it is loud, especially when you hit the gas. And from the driver's seat here, yeah, it's very comfortable, and I really understand why people like and just buying in droves SUVs, crossovers. It's nice to sit up higher. I was just with somebody, they had never driven an SUV or crossover before in their life, and when they were driving this other particular SUV, suddenly they turned to me and they're like, I get this. I see why people are buying these. Sitting up higher is just nicer. All right, so let's talk some pricing here. This you need to pay attention to because this is an all-American bargain. Base price for the 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, $66,895. Now this one here, equipped with all features and $995 destination fee, grand total $81,250. Compared to the competition that I was mentioning before, that BMW X5M begins at just under $100,000. It's very similar. X6M, that's about $114,000. There's also the Mercedes-AMG GLE 63 4MATIC. 4MATIC, of course, is all-wheel drive. That's $110,000. And then finally, there's the Porsche Cayenne Turbo S. That is over $150,000. So you can get this thing base price, well, $67,000. This one right here, just over $80,000. That's fantastic. Cargo space here, look. With the second row seats folded all the way up, 36.3 cubic feet. When they're folded flat, 68.3 cubic feet. That's plenty. You can easily get, even with the second row seats folded up instead of down, 2 large suitcases in the back. And yes, having that spare tire, I really do like that. But the downside is you lose that under the floor storage space, which is really kind of nice, especially if you want to really keep something secure there. And of course, these are 60 by 40 split folding rear seats. Oh, I just love this thing from the front. And yeah, like I said, this new front grille, it has grown on me. All right, so what do I like here? Of course, that awesome Hemi V8. Yes, I really dig this exterior styling, and the interior, it's very luxurious. And overall, the Grand Cherokee SR8, you just get the best of all worlds. It's great off-road. It's great at the drag strip. You can just drive it around town. It'll behave very nicely if you want it to. Know what don't I like? Well, as I mentioned, that fuel economy is kind of horrible. But I imagine if anyone is willing to spend almost $70,000 base price on a Jeep Grand Cherokee, they don't really care about spending a lot of money at the pumps. And now that gas is cheap once again in America, I don't know. This is it's very tempting, especially if you have the money. Now, there's something else I want to mention here that you got to bear in mind, that if you buy this right now, you're soon going to have to see that Hellcat powered, again, that supercharged V8 that powers the Challenger SRT Hellcat, Charger SRT Hellcat, and the upcoming Grand Cherokee Trailhawk. That means this thing is going to have 707 horsepower very soon. Yes, life's good. But I'm out of time for today. Thanks for watching, anyone. Any questions? Leave them for me in the comments.